driving, hit pouring gasoline onto the fire. I don't wanna make an enemy of you, and it breaks my heart. We're digging up old skeletons. I do, when our bodies could be making the most of our time in this bedroom. Put a pin in this tonight. Cause if you love me and you do anything for me, put it off till the morning. The truth can get distorted and we forget what's important. Put it off till the morning. Put it up, put it up. 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 Put it up, put it up.
The Monster presents Heard on Thursdays, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. Heard on Thursdays. Your host, Rhea Rams.
Hey Monsters, welcome to the show that made Philippine FM Radio Talk, KBP's best podcast program, heard on Thursdays right here on Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1. I'm your host, Rhea Rams, and as the year moves forward, we find ourselves asking a lot of the same questions, especially in the new year. Where am I headed? What should I focus on? What needs to change and what deserves more care? Sometimes we're not really looking for predictions, we're looking for perspective. And today's conversation is about pausing, reflecting, and tuning into themes that are shaping the months ahead. Tarot, when approached thoughtfully, isn't about fortune telling. It's a tool for insight, for intention, and understanding the energy that we're moving through, both individually and collectively. Joining us today is a tarot reader and deck designer behind the Imaginarium Tarot. Now, we are going to be talking about how tarot works, how to read the year ahead in terms of patterns and lessons, not fixed outcomes, and what the cards suggest about the energy that we're stepping into as the year unfolds. So this episode is basically an invitation to check in with yourself, get curious about what's ahead, and maybe gain a little clarity along the way. Heard on Thursdays, let's welcome back to the show, CJ Francisco.
Hey,
CJ, it's so good to have you back. Welcome back to Heard on
Thank
Thursdays.
you. It's
always
very good to be back.
Yes, it's always good to have you here. And it's always such a, I would say, grounding experience having you here with us.
I love being grounded.
Especially at a time where people, are looking ahead and asking the big picture questions about the year. So today we're going to be focusing on the first quarter of the year.
Yes, we are.
Because, just so monsters know, we are actually going to be having CJ here every quarter so that we have a little insight on what's to come every quarter. But before we get into the readings, let's set the foundation. So when people hear tarot reading for the year or for the quarter, for example, some imagine very specific predictions, right? But can you explain how collective tarot readings work and how they're different from personal one-on-one readings?
All right. So collective readings, it's a general overview of this situation.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of have to look at it, again, take things with a grain of salt. You can't believe everything that you hear. But it kind of gives you an overarching, this is kind of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So if it does resonate, it makes sense to tap into that. And then let's say there are certain things that are you're trying to avoid, or bad things that are happening. At least you're kind of aware that, okay, if there is this pattern, a potential pattern, why not avoid it? And then if it becomes more personal, that's when it becomes a lot more like, hey, okay, this starts to make sense to me. Because talking to one-on-one is, you're a lot more connected with the person, because it's more focused as compared to broad strokes collectively. But I mean, that still works. It's just that it's not as finely tuned into your energy.
Yeah. Now, what I always wonder, right, is because over on TikTok, for example, they say like if this came across your FYP, then this is probably meant for you. But as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Do you think it's the same here? Like the people who come across maybe this video a little later on, or maybe the people who are listening right now, who are tuned in on our live, do you think that it's for a reason?
Well, yeah, of course. Again, like you mentioned, like, if it does resonate with you, if it did help you, even just a little bit, then take it. Like there is free advice all over the internet as well. So if it does make sense, then just like, okay, again, take what works. And then if it doesn't really resonate with you, you don't really have to pay attention to it. So just let yourself have some form of discretion.
Yeah.
Right? Because I mean, everyone can say anything, absolutely anything. But if it did help even just a little bit, then that should help. That should be a good thing for you.
Yeah, and I think one thing to remember when it comes to tarot reading is like you don't base your life on it.
Yes.
You just use it as guidance, like to give you a little bit of, as we mentioned earlier, some perspective, some clarity, right? Now, when you read for a collective, what are you actually tuning into? Is it like shared themes, emotional patterns, or broader energy that people might be experiencing at once?
Honestly, I have no clue.
It's just a vibe.
It's just vibing. Because like, okay, when I'm gonna do a reading, like, okay, I'm gonna see what's going on for the year. Like what's up? What's the general vibe? And then I just pull the cards and just read what's there. I'm not gonna be like specifically tuning into demographic or whatever. So I'm kind of just like, okay, whatever the cards are gonna say, maybe that's what needs to be heard.
Okay.
And that's also kind of how I do my readings with people, like one-on-one. It's all right, okay, if there's a specific question, sure, let's look into what the cards have to say.
Yeah.
Rather than I'm gonna like figure something out.
Yeah. Is that something that you've ever tried though? Like or that like an energy you've ever felt? Like, okay, I feel like this reading is for people who are in this specific types of situations. Like, is that something that you've ever felt in a collective reading?
You know what? Actually, I have, but I don't really resonate with that kind of reading. What I have been doing lately is more of my feelings, my process. Like if I'm going through something, like I have questions, that's when I will start to record. I'll be like, hey, if anyone's I'm going through this, I'm feeling this type of way.
Okay, I like that.
So if people are resonating with the same frequency that I'm at the moment, if it did help them process it, then yay. At least that's what I realize how I make my general readings as of late. But there were a few times when I'd be like, okay, anybody.
Yeah.
But then now when I do my readings, it's more of, okay, I'm going through this, I'm feeling this, I want someone else to maybe at least get something out of this as well.
Okay. Now, I love that tarot becomes more for reflection rather than, like we said earlier, fate or a basis for what your next move or decision is. But how do you usually encourage people to approach year ahead or quarter ahead readings, especially those who might feel anxious about what's coming?
You know what? Actually, I had a reading with a client earlier this week for her full year.
Okay.
And then she was saying how it does help her every year because she kind of plots, like, is already aware of, like, okay, what's going to happen, or at least what can possibly happen. But in the reading, a heartbreak, basically. And then it was a recurring theme. And then she was like, why is it still there up till the fourth quarter? Does this mean I'm going to be feeling all of this till the end of the year? It's like, no, it's a guideline. It's a potential outline of what could happen if you don't make these changes. At least you're aware of what's gonna happen or what can happen.
Yeah.
But when you are consciously making those choices, then that's when the narrative will start shifting. And that's what tarot, well, at least how I read it, is what it's meant to be.
Like a guide again.
Yes.
A guide to either let some things go, to choose differently.
Exactly.
Right?
Think of it as like a friend. Because sometimes your friend will give you all the advice that you need to hear, but sometimes you won't take it.
I love that. But ultimately, the choice is yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, it's your life. It's your consequences at the end of the day.
Yeah.
There you go. So, and just to ground this for everybody listening, tarot isn't about fixed outcomes, right? No. It's how much, well, I feel like we just answered this, right? Like, how much agency do we still have even when certain themes show up in the cards? And like we mentioned, it's really about
taking ownership of your choices, basically.
there you go. So as we go into our readings for this year, remember, these aren't set in stone.
No, they are not.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's still
your choice.
up to you.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're listening to Heard on Thursdays Monsters. I'm your host, Rio Rams, and we are here with tarot reader and deck designer CJ Francisco. We'll be back in just a little bit to talk about career, purpose, and direction for the first quarter of the year, only here on Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1.
HOT, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Heard on Thursdays on the Monster. Countdown Top 7. Countdown Top 7. An irresistible serving of today's monster hits. Spiced up with monster humor. I'm Hazel Hottie. Catch me Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. Countdown Top 7. The top monster hits of the week and then some. The only countdown that counts. The award-winning monster special like no other. Only on Manila's Hot Monster RX 93.1. The Monster presents Heard on Thursdays, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT, Heard on Thursdays. Your host, Rhea Rams.
Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1. Welcome back to Heard on Thursdays. I'm your host, Rio Rams, and today we are about to dive into what to expect for the first quarter of the year with tarot reader CJ Francisco of the Imaginarium Tarot. Now, all right, let's start this with something that's on a lot of minds. This is career and purpose for the first quarter. So, when you look into the energy of the year ahead, what do the cards suggest about work, ambition, and direction?
All right, let's go shuffle them first.
Okay.
So why don't we do career first?
Okay,
Let's
career.
see, like what do you gotta do? What is important for
Woo!
this year?
I'm looking forward to this one. Let's see.
Okay, let's see what the cards are. So you got Knight of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, I'll start off first with the Queen of Wands. I feel like this card mainly is all about, you know, that you can do a lot of things, but also just because you can do a lot of things doesn't mean that you should be handling everything all at once. I think what this card is saying is, yes, you know your capabilities and what you can bring into your career, what your skills and talents are, but you also have to know your boundaries. And why do I say that? It's because the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords are here and they are in their reverse. I feel like the Knight of Wands says you gotta learn how to take a step back a little bit. Learn how to just like breathe.
Oh my
Learn
gosh.
how to breathe. Learn how to think before you act. Now with the Seven of Wands, this one's more of like, with whatever chaos, well, because work generally is chaotic, you have to learn how to stand your ground. So
Ooh, okay.
coming into that, it's like, yes, you can do all of these things, but you have to learn how to draw those boundaries. You have to learn how to protect your own energy. Now, when it comes to career, I feel like it's a very good idea of not burning yourself out. So for your first quarter, I mean, the year just started, so let's not burn ourselves out yet.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
draw those boundaries.
Okay, and now when it comes to, I guess, purpose.
All right, let's see.
Ooh, here we go.
I like purpose. I like the idea of having a purpose.
Yup.
The-
Always remember, it's so important to always remember your why.
Yes, very, very important. Especially when you start like getting lost. I know I've had a lot of those moments when I feel just like, what am I even doing? And then you come back to, why are you actually doing it? And it doesn't have to be a big reason for doing it. It can be as simple as, the reason why I'm doing this is because I need to feed my cats, or I need to feed myself. It doesn't have to be grand.
Right.
'Cause-
I feel like that's one of the, I think that might be one of the misconceptions about purpose. People think it always has to be something like, I'm gonna save the world, or I'm gonna cure cancer, or I'm gonna free the people of places. So
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be that big. Sometimes I love the saying, you can sometimes you what was that? Like sometimes you only need, it's okay if you save only one person, and it's okay if that person is you. Something like that.
I love that. That sounds like a movie quote.
Okay, so now
Okay.
let's go to purpose.
All right. So for purpose, it's so funny when you're talking about coming back to our why is the reason why we do things. That's exactly what the Queen of Pentacles is talking about. The Queen of Pentacles, that is the energy of letting things flow, letting things fall where they need to, but also coming back to your sense of purpose. You're not going to chase this sense of purpose because, if you keep chasing after something, it's not who you are. It's not you. So I think you have to sit with yourself first and figure out what is the reason why you're doing certain things. And that's what the Queen of Pentacles is talking about. I think for the first quarter, this is kind of a time for reflection. It's allowing yourself to realign with what is important to you. Now, moving towards the Four of Cups. Now, this one feels a bit more like there are certain things that are in front of you already. Like, maybe the purpose that you're searching for is kind of there, but you're not recognizing it as your purpose. And that's something you come back to, like, my purpose has to be grand, my purpose has to be this or that. But sometimes when it's right in front of you, what's right in front of you is what your purpose could be right now. Let's say maybe your purpose at this point is to be a good son or a good daughter. Maybe your purpose is to be a good fur parent. And if you keep thinking in the background of I need a bigger purpose, then that's what might bring in some anxiety.
Okay.
And relating that actually to the Five of Cups, when you start looking into things like, this isn't my purpose, this isn't what I'm meant to be doing, and that's when you're going to start to dwell and feel bad for yourself, feel sorry for yourself. I know personally I've gone through that a lot. Like a lot, because every time, because as a creative person, I'm like, I want to create more, I want bigger things, better things, more things. And then my partner's always saying like, yes, but also sometimes you have to zoom out a bit, reel it in a bit, because you're stressing yourself out.
Right.
Because sometimes, again, your purpose doesn't have to be grand.
Okay.
So I think right now, for the first quarter at least, let yourself realign, refocus, and figure out what your purpose is for this quarter.
Okay. That feels, I guess I would say it feels a bit, how exactly do we go about it, right? I mean,
Reflection,
finding
first of all. Honestly, it's in the quiet times. You can't expect to have these moments of clarity when you are, on your phone, on social media, on trying to do all of these things. And maybe it's a good idea also to start, honestly, journaling.
Yeah.
Everyone says that they will journal.
Yep.
Every January, all the notebooks are gonna be. There's this like 2026.
I know. I've said it.
I have that.
I was like, I'm going to journal this 2026. Have I started?
No. But
I think it's scary for some people, to sit down with their inner selves, like the things that they've kind of been distracting themselves from, the thoughts and feelings that they haven't been wanting to face. But I guess what you're saying, right, is it's so important if you want to really find your purpose.
Your purpose, yeah. Or, yeah, purpose and generally anything. If you do take the time to pause and reflect, it'll make life a lot easier. I mean, not make a lot easier, but it's going to give you a little bit more clarity.
Right.
Especially like when everything's just getting too noisy, when we are so overstimulated with everything. So taking a breath for yourself can set things right not easier, but it takes a bit of work, but
Right.
it will get there eventually.
Yeah. Now, let's talk a little bit about direction.
All right.
So, I guess just where people are headed towards this year. Is it a year of pushing forward and taking risks, or is it more of a recalibration moment where people are reassessing what success even means to them?
Okay, I'm gonna bring in something I read.
Okay.
You know how last year was the year of the snake, and then this year is the year of the horse.
Yes.
So I'm not really one for astrology. I am not the best at it. So I recognize that.
Yes.
So I lean into the wiser people.
Yes.
But the ones that I've seen lately is the year of the snake was all about purging.
Right.
It's like shedding of old selves. And then the year of the horse is meant to be moving forward.
Yeah.
It's taking action. It's making things work.
Yep.
And it works so well because like with the snake, or like with, literally speaking, when you're shedding things out, removing maybe people, environments, or whatever, toxic whatever, it allows you more freedom to move forward.
Right.
So taking that into consideration, I think people should start looking into this year as, all right, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna make whatever this plan was that was on hold for the longest time, I'll make it happen.
Okay.
So, okay, let's see now that's what I read.
Yes, but let's see
But let's
what
see
the cards
have to
say.
say.
Okay. So exciting. Will the cards align with
What I just said.
Yeah, with, because I've seen those readings too, right? So let's see.
Okay, well, the cards say otherwise.
What?
No, okay, so what's happening here is that I got the Ace of Cups, Four of Cups again, and the Nine of Pentacles. Now, I feel like the Ace of Cups is still talking about the purging. I think for the first quarter, it's still, which actually, no, it makes sense because it shifts, Feb something? The New Year, the lunar New Year is like
Feb, yeah.
something.
Oh, you're right, because the year of the snake and horse is a Chinese New Year.
Yes.
So count.
So that's gonna be first quarter. Now I guess because we are in the tail end of the snake, we are sorry. We are at the tail end of the year of the snake, and it is still purging.
Okay.
But I think what you want to focus on is the emotional attachments that you have. So I guess again, this is about looking into how you're feeling about certain things. So the direction will go into how do you feel, or maybe relationships that have started feeling stale, started feeling toxic, and you're starting to feel it, and you're like, maybe I should let this go.
Yeah.
I think it's asking you to let go of that at this point. Now, again, with the Four of Cups, I feel like the direction now is more of, what is it that you actually want? Now, if we're going to come back to what we were talking about purpose earlier, yes, to a point where your purpose could be what's right in front of you now, but maybe for your direction, it's while you are taking care of whatever this purpose is in front of you, you're also thinking of, okay, what more is there? Like maybe I can slowly start reaching into what that potential could be. It sounds a bit contradictory, doesn't it? But it feels like, yes, take care of the things that are in front of you, but also start planning for how you can make things bigger, if that makes sense.
Right.
Bigger. Don't think I'm using the correct word for it, but you're setting, here you go. You're setting up your potential future for something else, but you're doing it kind of in the background.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Now, direction-wise, the Nine of Pentacles here does say that, yes, there is a sense of groundedness, a sense of freedom as well, once you start releasing all of that excess baggage. So I think coming into the first quarter, you have to, there we go. So coming into the first quarter, yes, you are releasing those excess baggages. You are releasing maybe some old narratives. You are consciously stepping into choices that will make you feel more liberated, free, grounded, and generally happier.
Okay. There you go, monsters. So, career, purpose, and direction. Maybe if you could give us like an overview of what we had just talked about for career, purpose, and direction for those who have just tuned in. What would you say is there to what's in store for us for this quarter for career, purpose, and direction?
So for career purpose and direction, it's really all about learning how to stand your ground, learning that sometimes you don't have to do it all. You don't have to take care of every single person, especially when it's career. Like, you don't have to take on all the responsibilities. You have to learn how to protect your own energy. But at the same time, you also have to learn to let go of certain things in order for you to move forward. Because you can't move forward with all that excess baggage. Not gonna let you fly with all the excess baggage.
Right.
So yeah, first quarter is basically all about restructuring, I think.
Okay. There you have it, monsters. You are listening to Heard on Thursdays. I'm your host, Rio Rams, and we are here with our tarot reader, CJ Francisco of Imaginarium Tarot. We just talked about career, purpose, and direction, but in just a little bit, we are going to be talking about love, relationships, personal growth, and money.
Fun.
We'll get to that in a little bit. We'll be back only here on Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1.
Heard on Thursdays, winner of KBP Golden Dove Award for Best Magazine Program, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. HOT on the Monster.
Oh, I'm gonna save you. Check it. Save this one. 63961 1367931. What's that? Save that number on your phone. Text line, Viber us, Telegram, what it is. Like, save this one. Okay, 63961 1367931. Save this one. Okay, 63961 1367931.
The Monster is on Viber and Telegram. 0961 1367 931. The Monster text line. The Monster presents Heard on Thursdays, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. Heard on Thursdays. Your host, Rhea Rams.
Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1. Welcome back to Heard on Thursdays. I'm your host, Rio Rams, and we are here with tarot reader CJ Francisco of the Imaginarium Tarot. Now, let's move into the more personal side of things, okay? We'll start with personal growth. What lessons or inner work seem to be highlighted for the quarter ahead? And are the cards pointing towards like healing or boundary setting or stepping into a more authentic version of ourselves?
Well, first of all, I will always say yes to authentic version of ourselves. But while I was shuffling, a card just popped out.
Ooh.
And it is the Three of Cups in reverse. So why don't we read that since it's already there? So the Three of Cups normally does talk about, it is the best friend card.
Ooh.
It is sharing your energy with the right people. Now, I feel like because it's in its reverse form, I feel it's cautioning people to reel it in a little bit. Again, I think this does relate to our first reading earlier with learning how to take a step back from all the noise. So this is more about maybe it's time to look inwards first for a bit. Yes, the friends are great. The energy that you surround yourself with could be refilling. But I think at this point, it's more about protecting your energy and maybe protecting your inner circle first. So maybe it's talking about not having a huge group of friends, but more trusted core people. I think that's what we might need to work on.
Yeah, like focusing on your deeper and real connections rather than the surface level, shallow.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think a lot of people also have that whole shallow friendships are bad friendships. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
They're
It's
just surface level.
Yeah.
It's like you need that.
Yeah. Like, it's okay to have friends that you just have fun with, but
Yes.
maybe I think what you were saying is,
Cultivate the deeper ones.
like those are maybe those are what need a bit more focus at the moment. Interesting.
Yes. But let's see. Like the other cards that are that will come out. Right again. Okay. So let's see. For talking about relationships.
Oh!
Personal growth. Sorry, we were talking about personal growth.
Okay, personal growth.
We're talking about personal growth. So I guess because that one popped out, let's just keep that there. Okay, so the cards that are here now are the Elder, the Nine of Pentacles again, but this time in reverse, and the King of Swords. I feel like what this is talking about now is learning how to manage yourself a little bit better. So starting off with the Elder, this is more about learning structures, learning how things work for, like how you're going to navigate certain people, certain things. It's how are you going to, it's not decorum, it's not, I can't find the word for it, but it's how, there you go, how you're going to carry yourself.
Okay.
There, that's what I was trying to look for.
Yeah.
So it's learning how to adapt to certain environments, certain situations, but not letting that environment kind of swallow you up. Again, also learning how to stand your own ground.
Yes.
I think that's also what the King of Swords is. With the King of Swords in reverse, this card feels a lot like, okay, yes, I have my skills, my potentials. I know what I can do. But it's also asking you to be very clear with how you are coming across. I think now... Oh, okay, so that also does make sense with the Three of Cups. Because you are not necessarily shrinking your circles, but more of deepening those relationships. And you have to be clear with what you want for for yourself.
Right.
Now, with the Nine of Pentacles, I think it's also a good idea that when you are in the space of like, you don't know exactly what you're doing or how you're going to be moving and growing, it's okay to step back a little bit. You know how... No. Okay, so trees go through their phases.
Right.
Maybe it's time that your leaves are going to shed first.
Okay.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. So I think now your personal growth is all about learning how to not fit in, but learning how to stand on your own 2 feet. It's learning how to draw your boundaries. It's learning how... It's accepting that you don't always have to be in full bloom all the time. So there is your focus for this year. So I think really this quarter is all about introspection. It feels that way. I mean...
I'm sure a lot of monsters feel the same way. It's like, do we really have to think about all that?
I don't want to think.
I don't want to feel. But, well, if it resonates, guys.
Take it.
Well, now, let's move into something a little bit more exciting.
Okay.
Love and relationships. It's always a big one, right? So what's the general energy here? Are we looking at deeper connections, necessary conversations, or learning when to let go? Where are we at right now?
Okay, let's see. But you know what? You know what I started realizing lately is that when it comes to relationships, again, everyone's different.
Yeah.
But I started realizing that fights are also very important.
Yes.
Because I used to think fights equals
Bad.
But no, you have to learn how to fight better.
No, that's
like,
so true.
Fight in the way of we're on the same team, but like we have opposing views or something's happening. How are we gonna fix it?
There's my favorite thing about that. Like, it's not you versus me. It's you and me versus the
thing.
problem.
Yeah.
Right?
I love that.
I love that too. But yes, love and relationships. Yeah, I super agree. It's not about not ever fighting. I feel like that's unhealthy.
That's unhealthy.
Because like you're gonna build resentment, you know.
I had a relationship before that we never fought.
What?
Because
you just like
yeah, it was so bad.
Yeah, because when you don't confront, when you like try to push things aside, once it's there, it's just gonna like explode.
Speaking
Okay. What?
So speaking of learning how to fight, so relationships and relationships, it does talk a lot of swords right there. So it does feel like whatever problems that you have for relationships, you have to learn how to navigate through them better. Now, we'll start off first with the Eight of Swords. So this card represents, well, all the issues, all the problems that you might be feeling. Sometimes they're not exactly a problem, because maybe in your head it is a problem, and we have that. We think of all of the things that could go wrong, or all of the problems that we have with maybe another person, and it's gonna starting to feel like we're trapped in our own little prison.
Right.
Now, what you have to do is learn how to address it, or maybe bring it up and ask, hey, maybe is this a problem for you? And they're like, oh, it's not a problem for me. So suddenly that issue is a non-issue.
Yeah.
So it's learning how to communicate, learning how to push open those doors in order for you to actually have better communication.
Yeah.
Now, with the Three of Swords, I feel like this is more about actually going through the emotions, not suppressing them. Because I know we have the tendency, or I mean, I have the tendency to just not deal with the emotion. Like, I'll bury it and then hope it goes away.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, with my ADHD, I will forget about it. But it's still there.
Yeah.
So what it's asking you now is, okay, yes, you have these uncomfortable feelings, but what are we going to do to address it?
Right.
Are we going to talk about it? Are we going to let it out? And, well, first of all, yes to letting out the feelings, expressing your emotion in a healthy way, please. Let that happen, because the more you stop yourself from feeling, the bigger the problem just becomes.
Yeah. Shout out to all the avoidance out there.
That's me also.
Shout out to you. This is for you.
This is for me.
No, but I do think like a lot of people do struggle with confrontation, especially when it comes to issues, feelings. You know, they don't want to deal with it. They're like, I'll deal with it next time, and then it just gets a little bit bigger. And then once they face it, it's
a dragon.
Yeah, it's
massive.
It's a little too late.
Yeah.
Too much to mend, as Olivia Dean says.
But well, coming back to that, so the Nine of Swords now, it's like, yes, you may be avoiding it now. You're making yourself feel comfortable now, but it is going to come back, and it's going to come back with a vengeance. Ooh. So I feel for relationships for this quarter, it's learning how to get on the same page. It's learning how to communicate with each other. It's learning how to hold space for each other. But at the same time, it's learning that maybe some of the issues and problems that you have aren't also that much of a big deal. So if you communicate with your partner, I think that's the more important thing here. And also, don't hold resentment.
Yeah. Okay, and this sounds like a reading for those who are in relationships, right?
Yes.
What about for those who aren't in relationships?
Let's pull 3 cards for that.
Okay,
then.
let's see.
For the singles.
For the singles.
Okay, this is looking much, much better.
Okay.
Looking much better than the other one.
Okay, I want to know right now what this means.
So first of all, it feels like the complete opposite of the couples. But let's say, okay, we'll start off first with the Page of Pentacles. So for the singles out there, the Page of Pentacles represents opportunities that are gonna be surrounding you.
Ooh.
They will pop up when you least expect it.
Okay.
But they can also disappear just as fast.
Oh.
So this is saying, if an opportunity does present itself and it does feel like a really good connection, follow it.
Okay.
Okay, now on the other side of that, you've got the Five of Cups. And this card feels a lot like, woe is me. I'm single. I've been single for a while, kind of like that. Then you're kind of starting to dwell on things and you're starting to feel sorry for yourself.
Okay.
Let's not do that. Because again, when you are starting to feel sorry for yourself, why? I mean, look at it as an opportunity to grow for yourself.
Yeah.
Take the time that you want to do things for yourself and do things for yourself.
Exactly.
Because once you go into a relationship, there's a whole dynamic shift. There's your focus is, well, you and your partner and that whole life that you're trying to build, or the relationship that you're trying to build. So while you are single, don't feel sorry for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, enjoy it.
Yeah, pour that love that you want to give to another person.
To
you.
yourself, exactly. Now, what's kind of cool here is that the Ten of Pentacles also showed up, and this card talks about long-term goals.
Okay.
So looking at it as a relationship card, it feels you want to have a certain mindset when you're coming into relationships. That I want to make this like a long-term situation, or I want to look into things that we can build together.
Right.
And for me, honestly, yeah, relationships are always going to be built, but it's not always going to end in marriage. It's
Yeah.
not always going to end in happily ever after. But you can build the relationship that you have together now and make your present a lot better, a lot stronger. I guess if you keep looking at things like in the future, then that's kind of just going to keep adding pressure to yourself.
Fair.
Like, oh my gosh, this next relationship has to be the person that I end up with forever. But no, you're getting to know this person. And the person, actually, honestly, even you're saying the person that you meet now is going to be a completely different person 7 years from now.
That's true.
Because we keep changing.
Yes.
So, again, looking at it as like long term, you're looking at how am I going to grow with this person continuously grow with this person.
Or I guess, will I be able to grow with this person?
Yes, will I be able to grow with this person?
I like that. All right. Now, another very interesting one. Finances. Oh my gosh, I am worried.
I am worried.
Without predicting numbers or outcomes, what does tarot say about our relationship with money this year? Is it about discipline, abundance mindset, or redefining what financial security actually means? Oh my gosh.
I need some
Let's see.
financial advice as well. But okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Again, I am not in any way, shape, or form qualified to give financial advice.
This is all the cards.
This is all the cards. So, let's see. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Ooh.
starting off first with the Six of Swords, I'm honestly feeling like you have to learn. Okay, I think leaving behind what doesn't work, because that's what this card talks about, leaving behind things that don't work in order for you to move on to the next chapter. Now, if we relate that to finances, I think we can talk about like what are the unnecessary things in your life that you are spending on. Yung mga luho, like the expenses that are unnecessary, or they're just you have to spend on it. Yeah, you don't really need it. I mean, treating yourself every now and then is great, but if you keep treating yourself every week, I think there's a problem there.
Yes.
But in order for you to move on to a more financially stable or a more responsible person, you have to start making responsible choices. Now, that also does bring into the Justice card. Excuse me. Now, with the Justice card, it feels like you have to start balancing out what makes sense. Again, we want to make sure that everything, all the important bits are the boxes are checked. So if you got your bills,
Oh my goodness.
the
Okay.
electricity, you have to make sure that that's all set.
Right.
But also, yeah, you know what? Let yourself find that right balance. I'm having a hard time because my brain's going into my own finance.
Yeah.
So like, you want to talk? Like no. But the Fool is also here, and the Fool is also a really good sign that it's a fresh start.
Okay.
So I guess that makes sense because the first quarter of the year, yes, we are all paying for Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
For Christmas because the credit card is still all the gifts.
Yes.
Yeah. So now, okay, fresh start, sure, but let's look into what can we do now moving forward. So are we gonna start being more practical about certain things? Are we gonna start allotting budgets a little bit more and actually following them? So I think that's what the Justice card is talking about. It's finding your structure. There we go. I hope I can take my own advice as well.
Same. So there you go, monsters. We've talked about love, relationships, personal growth, and finances. You are listening to Heard on Thursdays. I'm your host, Rhea Rams, and today we are talking about the year ahead with CJ Francisco of the Imaginarium Tarot. We'll be back in just a little bit, only here on Manila's Hottest Monster RX93.1.
Heard on Thursdays. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. On the Monster.
Guess who's coming to the big screen?
I don't know.
Patrick, it's me, SpongeBob.
And they're going where they never have gone before.
I'm taking you to the underworld. Underwear? Underwear.
In a cinematic event that will change you forever.
Forever, 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 forever.
Forever, 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 forever. And more. Forever.
The SpongeBob movie. Search for SquarePants. Are you ready, monsters? Win monster passes to the new SpongeBob movie. Search for SquarePants. January 10, 2026, 3 p.m. at SM Mega Mall Cinema 2. Tune in to Manila's Hottest Monster RX93.1 on air and online for details.
Big up, big up.
The monster movie premiere of the new SpongeBob movie. Search for SquarePants. Brought to you by the station that brings you to Bikini Bottom, Manila's Hottest Monster RX93.1.
SpongeBob, big up, pants okay.
In cinemas, January 14, 2026.
Like, share, and follow the TMR Facebook page at TMR on RX931. That's Facebook.com/TMR on RX931. Get access to exclusives, promos, giveaways, and other cool, witty, funny content. Interact with the Morning Rush Gang, Chico, Hazel, and Marky. Like, share, and follow at TMR on RX931. That's Facebook.com/TMR on RX931. The Monster presents Heard on Thursdays, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. Heard on Thursdays. Your host, Rhea Rams.
Manila's Hottest Monster RX93.1. Welcome back to Heard on Thursdays. I'm your host, Rhea Rams, and we are wrapping up our conversation with tarot reader and deck designer CJ Francisco of the Imaginarium Tarot. Now, as we wrap up, CJ, if someone who's listening just started feeling overwhelmed by all the possibilities of the quarter ahead, what is one grounding message or reminder that the cards offer?
So use the cards or my advice?
Maybe both. We can do both.
Okay. So my advice first, honestly, again, use your discretion. Mm-hmm. Because when they are starting to feel like, okay, I'm resonating with this card or this message, think why that is. Okay. And then it's opening up a conversation, with yourself.
Right.
But it's allowing you to reflect a little bit more. So the deeper you go into it, the more you'll start to understand why it was resonating and how you're able to figure it out.
Okay.
And if you can't figure it out by yourself, you've got your friends, your family, and maybe a therapist if ever.
Yes.
So actually, more importantly, if you are going through stuff, yes. See, but let yourself use those hints, I guess, as something that you can follow and dive in deeper and figure out what it is that you really need.
Right. Exactly.
It's kind of going down the rabbit hole like Pinterest.
Yeah. But what do the cards, have to say?
Okay.
Okay.
Cups. Okay. So we'll start off first with the 6 of Cups in reverse. Now, I feel like what this is saying, you have to learn how to tap into that. I honestly tap into your inner child. I think, actually, I read somewhere recently also where, this is more of like a relationship situation.
Right.
Where they keep a baby photo of their partner on their phone.
Know this. Yes.
So like every time that they're getting mad at each other, you're like, imagine that you're getting mad at this person. Like, so you're not really gonna get mad at this child.
Right.
You're gonna try to understand where they're coming from, why they're feeling the way they are, and you'll have a little bit more compassion.
Yeah.
I think that's the same way with how you can approach any issues and problems that you're having with yourself.
Exactly.
It's learning how to show yourself a little bit more compassion. I think we've forgotten how to do that. I know I'm really hard with myself.
Yes.
So let's be more compassionate to ourselves this year.
I like that.
Now, the Two of Cups, this card also does represent really good partnerships, really good friendships. So if you are able to talk to people about it, if you're able to get things off your chest, at least even just for a little bit, finding the right balance between what you yourself are thinking and what other person can give, then there might be some help there.
Value your support system.
There you go. I think much better worded. And finally, you also have the Empress, and this is all about learning how to trust yourself, learning how to give yourself more self-love. So this is really all about, if it resonates with you, if you are feeling overwhelmed, take that as a sign like, okay, maybe this is time for me to, this is a part where I need to grow deeper in, or to fix.
Yeah, and I love what you said earlier about looking at yourself like a kid. Like, try to imagine in a situation where this kid, you as a kid, is overwhelmed. How would you treat that person? How do you treat that little baby?
Yeah.
And then treat yourself that way.
Exactly.
Right?
Hug.
Yeah.
Self-hug.
Oh, I like that. Now, for those who want to know if there's a recurring theme for all of these areas, career, love, growth, finances, what would that theme be that really defines this quarter's energy?
All right, let's go do a shuffle. This quarter's energy. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
That last one looked a little scary there.
Okay, hang on. You know what? Yes. Okay. It makes sense. So let's start off first with the Five of Swords in reverse. I think the energy and the theme for this first quarter is, if you are starting to feel stuck, learn how to reach out for support. So that's what the Two of Cups talks about. And learning how to navigate through these new environments. And that's what the Eight of Pentacles is talking about.
Okay.
So I feel like this first quarter, we're going to be pushed into a little bit more of our uncomfortable side. Again, we were talking about letting go of certain things on the tail end of this Year of the Snake.
Yeah.
So I guess we are going to start feeling like we don't want to do certain things because we're very comfortable with how things were, how things are, that we don't want to push ourselves too much. But this first quarter is asking you, if you are going to want to step up, you're going to have to leave certain things behind. And navigating through this newer version of yourself is going to be challenging, but at the same time, very rewarding.
Right.
Also, look for the right support system.
Yes.
And there you go.
There you go. That would be the theme across all. I feel like it did come up, across all readings.
Yeah.
The importance of a great support system, of cultivating or putting a little bit more value or
on the friendships.
The deeper connections, and also on yourself.
Yes.
Interesting. So what do you guys think, monsters? Well, CJ, for those who want to work with tarot on their own, how can they use it as a tool for reflection rather than pressure or overthinking?
You know what? Yes, that's awesome. Because so when you're looking at the cards, and this is like, if anyone wants to start reading, you can look at the card and see what vibe is it giving you. Because, I mean, we can all look at a picture and feel like, okay, this card is saying this. It looks like, let's say, like you pointed out earlier, the Five of Swords. Like, oh, that card looks a little...
Yeah.
So when you get that initial thought, you can start digging through it. You can be like, okay, the reason why it looks scary to me because, one, it looks like there are pins all over this let's bring that up. Like there are swords all over this little voodoo doll, and it feels like I'm stuck.
Right.
And then once you get that, you're like, oh, I'm stuck. Maybe let's follow that. It's like, why do I feel stuck? Why did that resonate with me? So when you start looking at the photo as the card as symbolisms that you don't have to pull up from a book. Like it's more of what you understand it as.
Right.
Then you're gonna start to feel like, okay, it's starting to provoke more thoughts on how you can actually go deeper.
Right.
Because again, these are all just pictures, and pictures are worth 1,000 words.
Yes.
So all of these things, you're gonna start to understand a little bit more the more you practice, but also like surface level, it could just be like, oh, this, like earlier, the Six of Cups was like, oh, they're happy little kids.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that looks like a happy card.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe I should be happier or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to start to want to look at cards and learn how to read them for yourself, you don't really have to go by the book. You just have to go with what you feel.
There you go. And of course, before we let you go, in case they don't actually want to read their own tarots, but they do want to learn a little bit more about their personal readings, get an individual reading, where can people find your work, learn more about your decks, or explore tarot in a thoughtful, intentional way? Where can they find you?
Yeah, you can follow me at Imaginarium Tarot on Instagram. It's here.
Okay, wait. Let's show it.
Because I realized, like, we were talking about this earlier, where the spelling is a little bit much.
Yeah, so for those who are tuned in on radio, that would be at IMAJIGGINARIUM tarot.
Yes.
Again.
There you go.
IMAGINARIUM tarot. Okay, that is on
Instagram.
There you go, monsters. And Chase, CJ, thank you so much again for being with us. We will be seeing you next quarter.
Yes, I'm so excited again.
But this conversation, again, it wasn't really about predicting the future or trying to know exactly what's going to happen. Again, this was more about understanding ourselves better as we move forward and looking for a little bit of clarity or guidance in how to move in this coming quarter.
Yes.
So, monsters, this has been Heard on Thursdays with me, Ria Rams. Today, we explored the energy of the quarter ahead through reflection, intention, and tarot with CJ Francisco of the Imaginarium Tarot. We'll be back in just a little bit, and we'll be back next week, same time, same place, only here on Manila's hottest, Monster RX93.1. Bye, monsters.
See ya.
The views expressed in this program do not necessarily reflect those of the station or its management. Heard on Thursdays, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM Radio Talk winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. On air 2 to 3 p.m. and streams on the Monster Facebook page and YouTube channel at RX931 and on twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Heard on Thursdays, only from Manila's hottest, Monster RX93.1.